Hey Anonymai, welcome to an informational video. I am here with Junior. Say hey, Junior.
Hi.
Today we wanted to talk about different coin finishes. We've alluded to this topic in a few different ways. We've shown you all the kinds of different mint sets, and we've shown you things like the different designations that you might find on slabbed coins. But we wanted to specifically talk about how coins are made, not necessarily how they're made, but the types of finishes that you'll see once they're made. So,
and when you'll see them.
Yeah, when you see them. So we'll start with what we would consider the most common coin. You might hear it called as a mint state coin if you're looking at it on a slab. This would be an example of that. As you can see up here, we have an MS 69 designation, red because it's a penny. That means it retains its red coppery color. But mint state is the type of finish you see on business strike coins. When you say business strike, that means coinage that was not struck with any kind of special collector finish. This is the type of finish that you'll see on a coin made for commerce. That's what that is. Here's another example of a non-copper coin. You can see that's the nickel clad on the quarter. Business strike. It's very shiny. It looks nice, but it's a little more frosty. It lacks that mirror-like finish that you'll see on some of these later examples. Here's an example of an error of a business struck coin. This is a business strike coin, but as you can see, it's very dark. That's an improperly annealed planchet. Still a business struck coin. It's just the metal's the wrong color for some metallurgy reasons. Here's an example of a nickel with a business strike. And you can see these finishes, they get very shiny. You can see the cartwheel of light, but it is the normal strike made for commerce. On these strikes, you'll also notice if you collect that the earlier die states might have a more mirror-like finish, like this one for instance. I can see my finger almost like a mirror in this coin. That's an early die state, an early die strike for this die. Each one of these dies will make about 100,000 coins, and this is one of the earlier ones when you get that reflective of a finish. Sometimes if you get that sent in for grading, you might, if you request it, get a proof-like designation. I don't know exactly how they determine what is and is not proof-like, but if it's an early die strike, you might find yourself getting that designation. It's very popular on coins like Morgan dollars, but you do see it occasionally on some modern coin. Now I wanted to get into some non-proof, but different kinds of strikes that you might see. In 2017, they did what was called an enhanced finished set, and it looked very proof-like. So I hold this up here, and like a proof, you can see your finger, your reflection in the surface. On this side, it's totally cameoed, it's totally etched. On this side, it's mostly cameoed and etched with a little bit of more shiny surfaces that are proof-like. That was called the enhanced finish set from 2017 only. In the mid-60s, when they ceased production temporarily of proof coinage, they did the special mint sets. Now, again, this is one of these that it has a lot of proof characteristics. The mirror-like finish is there, but it's not quite the bright, perfect mirror that you would expect on a proof coin. However, it's a much deeper, cleaner, stronger, more reflective strike than you expect to see out of a business struck coin. These were called special mint sets, and if you see it on a slab, it'll say SP for special, and that would be 1965, 66, and 67. That's a special mint set, special strike. Lastly, moving on to proofs, there are two main varieties in proofs. In the more modern proofs, you expect to see a lot of cameo. Cameo is the bright etched surface that you see of the legends, the devices, and it looks very etched. However, the fields, the open area in between all the devices, are a mirror. You can see your reflection. There's no doubt about it when you see one. So that's a heavily cameoed modern proof strike. Here's an example of one in copper. It has the same characteristics, just a little bit different color. It manifests and looks a little different, but it's the same general principle. I just wanted to show this one off because it was an interesting proof coin. This is a Polish coin out of the Polish Mint, and this is a proof. It's like the enhanced coin where most of the coin is the cameo, and the proof is actually just the small line on the profile, and then around the rim of the coin, the edge of the coin, and then the words here. The reverse is more of a traditional proof. You can see cameo devices, mirrored fields. Now, lastly, there's a distinction to be made on some of the earlier proofs. When they began mass producing the proof coins in the 50s and in the 60s, and even the beginning of the 70s, you'll find that a lot of the coins don't have a mirrored finish at all, or don't have a cameoed finish at all. There's no distinction in any of these coins between the legends, the devices, and the fields. They're proof, but there are no frosty white areas. I pulled this one out because it might be a little easier to see on camera. As you can see, Lincoln himself is part of that mirrored finish. And same with all the writing and the wheat stalks on the back, on the reverse. So you'll see a lot of these older proofs from the mid 20th century lacking any cameo. That's normal, that's okay. It's less sought after. The cameo is more valuable because it's more uncommon, and that's how people like it to look. But you'll see proof without any cameo at all. So that's all I wanted to share with you. There are a lot of more intricate type of finishes. Oh, I did forget one. I wanted to show reverse proof. We don't have to spend a lot of time on that, but it's just like a proof, except instead of the fields being the mirror, the devices, all the words, everything on it is mirrored, and then the field is etched and cameoed. So find yourself some reverse proofs. They're cool. At least have a few in your collection, just for a type example. So like I was saying, I wasn't trying to do an all-encompassing every type of finish that's ever been done type of video, but I did want to...
That would take hours.
That would take... You could probably write a book on it. I couldn't write a book, but I'm sure somebody more knowledgeable than I am could write the book. But I just wanted to say thanks for watching. Click the like button. Subscribe to us. We love new subscribers, and leave a comment. I love your comments. Junior, I think, loves your comments even more.
I love them in the talent show one.
Yes, Junior just loves the comments. So we'll catch you in the next video, and happy hunting.